Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of The Founder. So, no, I do not currently work at McDonald's, nor have I ever been employed by McDonald's. And that is not a reflection on anyone who is or has ever been employed by McDonald's. But, just wanted to give you some context. This is a NASCAR hat. I am a huge NASCAR fan. I love Jamie McMurray, and one of his main sponsors is McDonald's. So here we are, with a McDonald's hat, a Jamie McMurray shirt, talking about a movie all about McDonald's. So Michael Keaton starring in a biopic all about how McDonald's came to be. Who could pass up on that? And I have to say, the film was really good. It definitely left a lasting impression on me, although maybe not the best of impression about all parties involved. But when you leave feeling this impassioned, the movie has to be pretty solid. So first of all, the performances were really fantastic. Michael Keaton was wonderful in our lead role here. I really thought that he was the pulse behind this film, and he really depicted the person he needed to depict very, very well. He elicits the exact emotions he needs to. But across the board, everybody really delivered what they needed to as well. We have a really wide range of cast members here, and nobody really comes up as a sour duck. Also, the script is just rock solid. There's a lot of dialogue that happens here. All of it fantastic. But furthermore, they create a very suspenseful and thrilling story in which we already know the outcome. We know McDonald's succeeds because here it is, and it's one of the biggest fast food chains in the world. So, how did they create such a compelling story? Because they are telling a story most all of us don't know, and they did such a good job at highlighting the struggle and the push and the perseverance and the business side to getting this empire up off the ground. And the biggest positive for me is that it succeeded in doing what a film like this really is aiming to do. And that is make you look at things a completely different way and help open your eyes to the way not only McDonald's was really founded, but a nice self-reflection of our economic system and capitalism in general. I think it's kind of hard to look at McDonald's the same way after leaving this film, because what happens in this movie is despicable. I mean, it is truly disgusting behavior that leads to the McDonald's we know and have now. However, I think it expands far beyond that with the messages of perseverance and just pushing through and determination. They really outline capitalism in whole, and this is a pretty damning movie toward capitalism. It really exposes the dirty, ugly underbelly of the way our economy currently works. This movie literally shows like nice guys finishing last constantly while horrible human beings take advantage of everyone, are cutthroat, don't actually care about hurting literally anyone that they come in contact with, but they're the ones who succeed. And that's a pretty disgusting view of our country, to be honest. But that doesn't mean it's not an accurate view of our country. I think this is a very poignant film to correlate with the inauguration that is happening this weekend, that it opens wide, as well as just the whole election system that just took place. So it's a really timely movie that casts a very dark shadow on American consumerism, American capitalism, and it lays it out in a very truthful, brutally honest manner. So what did the film not succeed in? Well, the biggest failure of this movie is to really show Michael Keaton's relationship with the people around him. In some aspect, I think that was a bit intentional just because he was so focused in on this one idea, but it also really robbed us of emotional moments. We don't really get to spend time with him and his wife. We don't really get to understand his relationship with all of these other people. We then get to a point at the end of the movie where we learn of yet another despicable thing this person does, but we get a little bit of his interaction with this other character, but we never see this relationship fully develop. You knew it was coming, but it's like, oh, really? Well, when this relationship started forming, what happened with this person's relationship with this other person? And so on and so forth. It just was kind of like, oh, that was abrupt. Same thing, we're told of this lawyer at the end of the movie, and we're told of what happens with his life after the film is over, but it's like, okay, cool, but that would have been kind of nice to see that unfold in the film. That relationship taking form. But really, no human relationship takes place in this film. It's all centered around this one guy and telling his story alone. And unfortunately, that meant not really getting to know and get to understand the people around him and getting to have time with those relationships and interpersonal communications. But in addition to the fact that they didn't really flesh out any of the actual relationships in the film, we also don't get a really good sense of actual business. We don't really understand what all goes into like franchising, what was going on with these contracts. We get little snippets and we get a little bit of statistics here or there, but we never are able to fully grasp exactly what it was that went into the business of expanding the franchise of McDonald's. So while that aspect did detract from the film for me quite a bit, I still really enjoyed this movie. I definitely think it is worth seeking out. Like I said, it's extremely topical. It's extremely relevant. I think it will really cast a shadow over how we all view how our society is run and how success is manufactured here and how it's perceived by those who are successful and those who are trying to become successful, the behavior they find necessary to get where they're going. And I think it's pretty much a must-see for this climate in the US right now. So, with that, I give The Founder a full price ticket. So seek it out, whether it's in a small indie theater or if it finds its way into a large chain. Whatever it takes, definitely make sure you watch this one in a theater near you. So, that is my review of The Founder. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see The Founder? And what is your favorite business origin story? Let me know either in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!